Hello, uglies. Desmond here.
And LaCresha.
And welcome back to the channel. And today
Ooh.
we are here to review the Boulet Brothers Dragula Season 5, Episode 5, Monsters of Rock Part 2. But
Duh.
before we get into it, I want to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are 25 subscribers away from our goal of 500. So would you please, 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 we will love you forever, ever, ever if you subscribe to the channel. While you're at it, you can join our Patreon where there's a lot of exclusive videos, a lot of reactions, and other things that are coming very soon. There's already a ton of videos for you to watch right now. So we will love you forever for that as well. So, what did we think of this episode of the Boulet Brothers Dragula?
Um, there's a lot of unnecessary drama.
I guess we
And
watched two different episodes because I actually thought the drama was like a normal episode's drama. Like I felt like it wasn't like the
it
whole
wasn't
episode.
overproduced like it normally
Like this
is.
whole episode wasn't blame JK for everything. They had their one little blame JK moment at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
And then the rest of the episode, honestly, went smoothly. And I'm so proud of that cauldron. They didn't mention JK not once in that cauldron, at least not in the bad way.
Right.
I was like, I can get jiggy with this.
Growth.
Growth. Hopefully, we keep it going this way.
Okay? And you stop blaming JK for
For
everything.
everything. Things they didn't even do. But we do have to talk about that bit at the beginning, so let's go ahead and get into the review. So we start off with this little moment with the camera walking up on the Boulets. We said this was a part 2. What are you doing?
Okay, we already did the intro.
Like,
Just get into the episode.
We better get overtime for this.
Hmm.
So we get to the episode. They're coming in. They're chit-chatting. They congratulate Fantasia on her win. And they immediately went into the issues that JK has with 2 of the 4-member team.
Yes.
And Cynthia really pissed me off here. I will say this, especially because she's like, oh, me and him are going to have our moment. We're going to have our moment
You already
later.
had your moment.
And Cynthia was upset that JK flipped them off. But you told JK to get over it when Orgotic poured a drink on them.
Exactly.
Come on. And to me, pouring a drink on somebody is worse than being flipped off.
Exactly.
Like, you want to take that shit personal.
One is more
disrespectful. And then
disrespectful.
get mad that JK was taking that shit personal.
Like my thing is they are lip syncing, right? And so to go along with the song, they're flipping people off. Don't take it personal. It was just them lip syncing to the song.
It's not personal, it's drag.
And that, like, if somebody were to do that to me, would I be just like slightly butthurt just a little bit? Yeah, but then I'd get out my feelings 24 hours later and be like, you know what, you was just lip syncing. Like, either that or it's something I would have took up with them privately.
Yeah, even if I would have brought it up, it would have been more in a joking manner. I'm like, oh yeah, because I got flipped off. It would have been more of a joking manner instead of taking it so seriously, especially when you just told JK to get over a drink being poured on them. Like, I am still confusion about that.
Flabbergasted.
And then they talked about the Orgotic and JK. And, that one didn't really have much merit to it this week. Because Orgotic is very much, listen, we're on a team. We got to make this shit work. And I'm starting to get sick of Throb. Because their comments, the little comments they keep making, did it piss me off too? It did. What pissed you off? You didn't get flipped off. I went back and watched. You were not one of the ones that got flipped off. And now you're getting mad because JK's defending themselves? No. That's not how this works. I wish you would
I don't
understand
know.
that,
I'm ready
Throb.
for Throb to kind of leave.
Like, I wish Throb would understand that. Because there's
I'm
only
ready
so
for
much
Throb
a
to leave.
person can take. You're constantly throwing shit at me all the time. I'm going to eventually start defending myself. You can't get mad or annoyed that I'm defending myself. And yeah, I would have said the same thing about Cynthia. Apparently, you're not a monster if you can't get out your damn feelings.
Exactly. I mean, and it was facts. I sat up when I heard that part because I was like, true.
True. And
Because first of all, you
wrong with
gotta
being a baddie with
understand.
feelings. There's nothing wrong with being a baddie with feelings. But at this point, it's
Exactly.
beyond that.
Because my thing is one, this is a television show. So, yeah. Two, things are going to get taken. But you guys have literally taken JK's comments from day one uber personally. They aren't the one who started the cat fight or the cattiness. They weren't the one who was like, yeah, we're going to sit here and
If you want to be honest,
kiki with everybody.
started all of the cattiness episode 1. But somehow it got pointed to JK.
Exactly.
But I will
all
say this.
Of a sudden,
I was so proud of Fantasia. They had, they said, listen, we had a week last week. And you really slayed that lip sync. Like, I got to give you props. I was so glad that they were giving JK their props for doing a good job in that lip sync. Because I just knew, oh, you shouldn't have won. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm so glad it didn't go in that direction.
Right. Because it could have.
It could have. So, let's move onwards. We had a little moment with Anaphylactic and Blackberry. I guess.
Cynthia was so gagged.
My only issue with this was Blackberry was like, oh, I was just repeating what the judges were saying because I didn't think you were understanding them. Who are you to repeat that? Who are you?
Exactly.
You're not Swanthula or Dragmorta. You are neither one of them.
Nope.
I would have felt the same way. You're picking at me.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm still feel a little way about Anna with all that girl she did last week. But I'm glad they pushed that aside. But that would have been me. If I was Anna, I'm like, honey, you're not one of the judges, though. So why are you telling me this? I'm your competition. Don't you want me to go home? Because I want you to go home. I'm trying to cash this $100,000 check. And that means all y'all got to go. So if somebody's fucking up, guess what? I'm not finna say. The only way I would say something if it was you, I'll be like, all right, LaCresha. I'm sorry. All right, Roxy St. James.
I would have a different name for a monster.
I'm gonna need you to get it together. The judge has been saying this for a few weeks now, and you ain't listening. Get it together. But everybody else,
I'm too much of a people pleaser.
And see, I'm not. So that's why I feel like I would do. But I know how to take critiques as well.
Right.
I think growing up in sports and growing up in a choir and doing all the extracurricular activities, I have learned how to take critiques. Do I always agree with them? No, but I'm not going to tell you that. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. I'll go work on that. And if I agree with it, I'll fix it. If I don't agree with it, I'm just going to repackage it to where you think I did something, but I really didn't.
Exactly.
But yes, moving onwards, we get our message from the Boulets this week. And again, more blood has shown up on them. I just can't wait to see how they're going to look by the end of the season.
You should take like a screenshot.
And show the progression, like when we get to the finale in freaking January, because they're taking a 3-week break. When we get to the finale, I'll have a little slideshow just showing doop, 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 doop. And I love how the Boulets are like, hey, you need another look. Do not wear the same look. 2 different looks. 1, 2. They're like, don't you put on what you had on last week. You need 2 different looks.
Give me something different.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you. That would have been my thought. I'm like, I'm just gonna put back on what I had last week.
Mm-mm.
So I guess the Boulets know other people were thinking like me. I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, I'll give you another look. Continue.
What are you on? Are you on them in the
So,
studio?
yeah, we're in the studio and they're recording their vocals because the winner of this week's challenge gets to be on the track, the official track that was released. Now, I was confused because the Boulet said the winning group. When I went to go listen to the song, it's just
Mm-hmm.
Organic. And I'm like, they particularly said the winning band. And they
Mm.
all recorded vocals, so I'm just sitting there and I'm like, why is it just Organic? If that was the case, you should have just said the winner of the challenge, not the winning band.
Right.
So yeah, that confused it me. But anyway, yeah, they recorded their vocals and Neo, honey, nobody can say you didn't give it your all.
Right.
We saw the rehearsals, and I
Mm-hmm.
really got to give Organic and JK their props. Honestly, I'm just so proud of them. They worked so well together.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I think it's because they're very similar, and I think that's why they've bumped heads, and now they're
Right.
working so well together because they are very similar. Now I don't know if I would have been cool with the whole pouring the drink on me thing. I would have been like, I feel like that's a little too soon, but I probably still would have done it because I'm like, okay, we already know that's going to be a moment that you poured a drink on me,
Right.
so let's capitalize on that moment.
Exactly.
So yeah, like I said, I got to give this group props, honey, because the cards were stacked against them,
Mm-hmm.
and they came through. They came through.
I mean, and the thing is, because in the beginning of the episode, at the top of the episode, it was like, oh, they're not getting along, they're fighting, they're arguing, they're gonna lose because they're gonna be the worst team because they're never gonna get along, they're never gonna get on the same page. Historically speaking,
Say it.
people who people who are fighting,
Come on.
whether it be in movies or in reality TV shows,
Yep.
are always the ones who have the best chemistry because that hate chemistry reads as passion, it reads as love, it reads as
It's a
infatuation
common
all the
phrase. There's a
time.
thin line between love and hate.
Exactly. And so because like with Fantasia's group, when everybody was getting along and everybody was like, yeah, 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 we got this. Then everybody went off and did their own thing and was like, yeah, we look good, we look good. You have less passion behind it. These people are forcing themselves to get along. They're putting aside all the BS so that they can come together and make it work. And then you can bring that passion, that hate, that disdain for one another together so that you can have a better show,
Yep.
because those are the best shows. When the first time I sang in public, not necessarily my very first time, but one of the first times I sang in public and sang halfway confidently, I took all of my anxiety, all of my scaredness, which is, there's another word for it, I'm having a brain fart. But I took all of that and channeled it into myself. And I look, for a split second there, I thought I sounded a little bit better than Yolanda Adams singing I Open Up My Heart for Valentine's Day and Grandparents' Day at my school. That was in my mind. I know I didn't sound any better, but
You never know. You could have sounded better. Shoot.
but in my mind, in my brain, that's how it was. I was just like I could hear myself sounding good, hitting those notes, hitting my cues, and the only thing that tripped me up was I misplaced a verse. But I still somehow managed to end the song halfway decently. Nobody knew any better until several months later during our formal, when somebody heard the song on the radio in the limo on our way up to Santa Cruz.
But yes, they worked well together. Give them their props.
Yes.
So let's get to the main stage. We're gonna start off with the Boulets. What did we think of the Boulets this week?
I love these outfits. The back looks a little duct taped to me, but other than that, I love this outfit.
Again, they've been showing out this season.
Okay, their stylist needs a raise.
They've gotten a few more coins, and yeah, yeah.
Look, and then whoever tied those corsets,
Mm.
they also need a raise. Because I know they threw their back out because the bodies are bodying
They look
in
good.
these dresses.
They look good. They look good. So this week we're joined by Jasmine Bean, who is a singer-songwriter, and Dali, season 4 drag super monster, who is a singer-songwriter themselves. I tell this story. I'm not even sure if I told it on here before. I think I've told you. I can't remember. I told somebody.
You told me.
I was a fan of Dali before I realized who Dali was.
I think you said it last week too. You said in last week's review.
Okay, that's good. Because I was I'm going to say a big fan. There was really just one song. During my emo phase, there was this song that my friend...
Which all millennials have had.
Yeah, my friend Chelsea introduced me to this song called Candyland. And it was by this group, Blood on the Dance Floor.
And all I hear when I hear Blood on the Dance Floor is Michael Jackson.
And for years, I'm bumping this song. Like, jamming it. And then one day I got on Drag Race Wiki and I was reading up on Dali. And I think it was around the time of Resurrection, when Dali did Resurrection. I was reading in the trivia, blah, 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 and it said was a member of Blood on the Dance Floor. And I'm like, my blood on the dance floor?
Your blood on the dance floor.
My blood on the dance floor. And I'm like, okay, was Dali part of the group when that song came out? Yes. So I was bumping to Dali's music all those years ago. Welcome to Candyland. That's my jam. Unfortunately, it's not on streaming platforms. I bought it years ago. But I looked into the reason why they broke up, and ooh-wee. Just know I love you, Dali, okay? Because I would have left too. Wrap it up immediately, okay? But anyway, so we had Chaotic versus Hell's Foreplay. Where the hell they come up with that name? Hell's
I don't know.
Foreplay.
I don't know, but I kind of like the name though.
I don't. Now, Chaotic, I thought that was a fun play on Orgotic's name, since, they are the team leader. And, they are a very chaotic group. So Chaotic, that was just perfect. And then Hell's Foreplay. It took me a while to be able to say Hell's Foreplay. For some reason, my tongue could not form those words together. It took me a minute before I could say Hell's Foreplay. So, I got some screenshots. We'll compare them. Lead singers, we had Orgotic and Fantasia. How do we think they did as lead singers?
In all honesty, like they both, as lead singers, they both knocked it out.
Yeah. Fantasia was the star of her group.
Yes.
Orgotic was the star, but everybody else shined too.
Exactly. Like, everybody got their chance.
Honestly, I was really proud of Orgotic. I'm like, I didn't know you could perform like that, because when they had to do that song from 1912, they didn't show much of Orgotic. So I just assumed Orgotic did badly and they didn't want us to see that. But maybe with this being a genre that's more comfortable for Orgotic, they ate it up. The prompts, I thought, was great. When they pulled out that sword as a microphone thing for them, for the Hell's Foreplay, I rolled my eyes so hard. I'm like, if y'all don't put that up, put that away.
It looked like an extra long dildo.
Like, it didn't fit in their performance. I'm like, this no. No, no, sis. We had Throb Zombie and JK. Not Throb.
Mm.
This is not JK. Forgive me.
No, that's
That
Neo.
is Neo, who did not know how to play guitar.
No, was all the way up here strumming.
I'm
Like,
like,
who strums all the way up here?
I was
How,
so
when have you
confused.
ever seen that? Not even in performance rock have you seen that.
Yes. And it kind of threw me off. But Throb, I loved it. And the prosthetics that Orgotic made for everybody and put on them, because you saw
Yep.
it in the laboratory, Orgotic was putting it on JK's head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just so good.
She was like, we molded it to their head with the latex.
And
So
I
they
love
must
how
have a
Orgotic said it in Spanish or Portuguese.
Spanish
I don't know which one it
in
was.
Portuguese. You see?
Because I want to say Orgotic is from Portugal.
She's from Peruvia.
Peruvia?
Yes.
Whatever.
But, so I think it's like Argentina.
I love that Orgotic said it in their native tongue and put subtitles. And I'm like, oh, good. I just watched Italy, so my eyes are accustomed. Which, no, I didn't watch Italy yet, but my eyes are accustomed for subtitles now because I hate them. I hate subtitles. I do not want to turn them on. Like, I just need to learn all these languages so that I can stop with the subtitles.
It's funny because, like, I'm learning Spanish on Duolingo, which isn't saying much. But, like, I can pick up little bits and pieces of
Oh,
conversation.
because of my friend group, most of my life, I can pick up a lot of Spanish. Like, I can figure out what you're saying. I just can't respond in Spanish.
Fact.
Like, oh, okay, I know what you said. Yeah, let me go get that. Or, yeah, let me, you don't know how many abuelas done yelled at me over the years. I'm like, okay, hold on, I'm going to go get it. Or I'll get out your kitchen. I'm sorry, I was trying to help. But we have up here, we have Anaphylactic and Cynthia Dahl. What did we think as our bass players? I thought Cynthia did great.
I was about to say, I was like, I really think Cynthia kind of turned it out, man.
The whole group really just turned it.
They did.
You don't understand how proud I am of Orgotic. I'm so proud, I'm not even sure if I wanted to disqualify Orgotic anymore. I'm like, this was so good. I might forgive that and just, told you to get it together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was just so good. And then we had our drum players. This was the closest I could get to the drum players. You see JK in this corner. You can't see Blackberry, but you can see the wig.
Right.
And they both did a great job. They both did an amazing job. I was highly entertained. So for the rest of the screenshots were just screenshots I thought were really good. We had the drink pouring on JK. Oh, and this final pose right here?
Yes.
I'm just letting you know now, this is going to be the thumbnail. This was the shot.
Yes.
Like, I saw them rehearsing and I'm like, ooh, if they nail this going to be good.
Mm-hmm. And I love JK in the background twisting the things. Like
Rob
they really
looks
play
so
drums.
scary in this photo. Like, I'm a little scared, but like I like it at the same time. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Like,
here.
I'm scared.
I'm scared, but I like it. Like this is hot. This is hot.
Okay,
This
Paris.
photo, yeah, I'm hot. I'm Paris. That's hot. This photo is hot. Like they did that. Like, I just want to give a round.
She tried to trademark that.
Did she? I thought it was trademarked. Oh, I would have tried to trademark it too, because that's the only reason why people say it. That's hot. Because Paris said it. So I would have tried to trademark it too if I was Paris. Shoot.
She tried to trademark that's hot, and then the orange dude tried to trademark you're fired.
I can see the orange dude trying that. I can see him trying that. But that was a little bit more. But then, honestly,
people were saying it before you said it, bro.
Yeah, but he said it in a performance
Iconically.
way. You know what I'm saying? Like it changed the way that Vince McMahon would say it on WWE
Mm.
because of how the Orange Man did on The Apprentice.
Mm.
But anyway, let's move onward.
I
So
love
I
how
think
you
it's
just
very
went with
clear.
that.
Huh?
I said I love how you just went with that.
Oh yeah.
The orange guy.
The Orange Guy. I don't like saying his name anyway, so whatever nickname you would have gave him, I would have repeated it. But out of these two groups, I think it's clear who we think our favorite group is. But just to ask, who was your favorite group this week?
Chaotic.
Yes, Chaotic was my favorite as well. To be honest with you, I think I would have gave all four of them the win this week and not just one. Because they really did such a great... Honestly, I think this is one of the best Monsters of Rock groups they've ever done. Like, it's up there with the one who won season 2. Bitch Pudding. Like, her group was, like, everything on season 2. Like, they did that. I think this is up there with that. Like, this is one of my favorites. And then the song, The Gods of Monsters or The Gods of War, whatever the song is called, Boulet, y'all did that. And I'm not a big fan of metal, but y'all did. I added that to the playlist. I did. I did. They did that. They did that. I was like, oh.
No, but I did just add like a 30 Seconds to Mars song to like my playlist because freaking Flea and what's his name from Green Day, because I love Green Day. And so for him to turn around and do the song, and I was like...
But yes, I agree as well. Chaotic ate it up. I would have gave them all the win, but they decided just to give it to Orgotic. But if you think about it, Orgotic did carry most of the weight. They did the prosthetics. They led the rehearsals. Like, this was all an Orgotic production. So, like, I'm not upset that Orgotic was the only one with the win. I would have gave it to them all. I would have. But, like, Orgotic got it. Makes sense.
Fact.
Makes sense. So that means our bottom team of the week is Fantasia, Neo, Blackberry, and Anaphylactic. With Anaphylactic and Neo being the bottom two of the week. Do you agree?
Neo, I agree with. Yeah, I agree.
I agree because Blackberry and Fantasia, honestly, they did a great job.
Yes.
They did a really good job. And I'm so glad they're finally critiquing Neo. But I think they had to. They had no choice. They're like, we have to say something to Neo now. Because they've been giving Neo a
if
lot
they
of
wouldn't have
flies.
said something to Neo, I think people would have rioted.
Yeah, I'm like, they had to this time. Because honestly,
because it was very obvious.
They should have been said something to Neo. Because for the past few weeks, Neo has not been fitting the prompts. Are the looks great? Yes. They are. But are they following the prompts? No. No, they're not. So, yeah. So, we go to the cauldron, and it was such a refreshing cauldron. Where, you know, they still had...
Everybody was nice.
You know, they still had the
We
little
had our
catty
kumbaya
moments. They gave some props. Nobody jumped on JK. Like, it was a great cauldron. Like, I was actually enjoying watching the cauldron. I'm like, because when they went in there, I'm like, oh, Lord, let's see how they can...
twist it so that JK made everybody lose again.
Yeah. But hopefully this will stay. But let's be real. Probably next week they'll be back to blaming JK for everything. So we get to the extermination. And it's a callback to an extermination that happened, I want to say, on the very first season of Dragula. Where they had to go get a tattoo. And they had 3 options. I did not get a screenshot of those options.
Because we want to keep what little money we're not getting right now.
We want to keep the channel. And I'm not sure how YouTube would feel about us posting an animated body part that is... Yeah. So, they get their tattoos. Would you have gotten this tattoo?
Me personally? No.
Oh, so you just would have went home?
Well, if I would have got it, it would have been someplace people couldn't see it.
Oh, no, I would have had it visible. Like, I was saying, I probably would have put it like right here. Or right here so you can see it. And I'm like, if it bothers me so much, I'll just get it covered up. But
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I was
but
like,
to stay in the competition, go ahead, get it right here. I want the world to see. Because they both put it places where it could hide. And I'm like, if I want to show the boulets, I want to be here. I need to put it somewhere where everyone can see it. So, right here. And then it could be a funny story like, oh yeah, I got this on Dragula. Like, were you? Oh, you weren't on Dragula. Oh. And
collector's item here.
And if
One
it
of a
does
kind.
bother me so much, I'll just have it covered up. Put a rose over it or something. You know, people love covering things up.
Get the Dragula logo put over it.
Something. But after the tattoos, we found out that Anna was unfortunately exterminated this week.
And I'd have been mad. I got this dang tattoo for nothing. Immediately covered up.
But they got stabbed, and they are no longer with us. But that is our review for Dragula. Is there anything else you want to add to this?
No.
All right, well then I guess it's time for us to wrap things up. LaCresha, where can they find you on social medias?
You can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CreshaMcGill on all social media.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SimplyDesmond. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye.